Hey everyone, this is Marquise with Smart Money Moves, back with another video. I hope you're all doing well. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. In this video, I'll be talking about what's causing the crypto markets to tank, Bitcoin's hash rate and mining difficulty at an all-time high despite the price, loans backed by Bitcoin, and Robinhood launching a crypto wallet. So let's jump right into it. Let's have a look at these prices. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently sitting at $35,335, down 2.9% for the day. But if you look at the 7-day average, it is down 18%. Ethereum is at $2,434, down 6.5%, down 26.5% for the week. Binance Coin is at $362, down 7.5%. Cardano is at $1.09, down 4.1%. Solana is down Solana is at $95, down 15.2%. XRP is at 60 cents, down 6%. Terra is at $64, down 0.3%. And rounding out the top 10, Polkadot is at $18, down 7.9%. So I read the 7-day percentage as well for Bitcoin and Ethereum because it's quite substantial, and it's substantial for the other coins as well. But as you can see, another day where the market is just brutal, very bloody. Everything is down. For those that have money put on the side to buy, this is a great time and a great day to do so because everything is down so hard. I often hear people say that crypto is not for those that have weak stomachs because the volatility can be it can be vicious, and it can be great as well when things are shooting up, but also when things are shooting down, it can be hard to withstand. But if you have the right mindset, then you look at this as an opportunity and you dollar cost average in, or you just buy when it dips really hard. So today's one of those days. So continue to hodl strong. The first news story here is from Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy, and it says, here's what's behind the crypto market downturn, according to Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor basically gives two reasons in this article why the cryptocurrency market is down. I do agree with his two reasons, and then I also have two reasons of my own. So scrolling down, basically the two things he says that are causing crypto's downturn is regulatory uncertainty. That's the first thing. He says, I think that there's a lot of dynamics here. If you look at the entire crypto ecosystem, you have a set of regulatory uncertainty, especially regulatory uncertainty around stablecoins and crypto tokens and whether or not they're securities. And that creates a little bit of anxiety. So he's basically saying that because the government refuses to give us regulation and laws and rules on how the space should operate or how it'll be governed, there's a lot of people that aren't getting into the space. There's a lot of people that may be selling, or they're anxious about getting in because they don't know how the government will outlaw or govern these different cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. So that's one of the things that is causing the market to go down. And then he also says that leverage trading being liquidated is something else that's causing the market to go down. He says you have a lot of leverage offshore. You have a lot of crypto exchanges that can trade with up to 20 times leverage. And those crypto exchanges have many, many tokens that are cross-collateralized. Between them and the decentralized finance exchanges, you can get much higher than 20 times leverage. So that's the second source of volatility. So with leverage trading, it can be very risky because you're borrowing money from different exchanges or brokers. And if your trade goes the wrong way, you could lose everything. And that causes the market to go down as well when you have a ton of leverage trading. And I was reading an article that said, I think it was like $1.14 billion worth of trading had been liquidated. So basically, people that were margin trading or leverage trading, their trades got liquidated, and that also causes the market to just dip down and tank at certain times. And that's what also creates the volatility. So just like you can make a ton of money leverage trading, you can also lose all of your money and then also negatively impact the market. So those are the two things Saylor says is negatively affecting Bitcoin. And then I also think that high levels of inflation is something that's negatively affecting the market, and it's not just Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that are down right now. If you look across the broad financial markets, you see that the bond market is down, the stock market is down, commodities are down. So every financial market, I think, the we're feeling the repercussions of inflation and all the money that's been printed last year. It's now starting to affect these markets. So I think that's one of the things that's also negatively affecting the market. And then I also think that the market is reacting to threats of interest hikes. So the government has stated in the last few weeks that they plan to hike up the interest rates on different loans and mortgages and things of that nature. And I think that people are also taking money out because of that. So I think that's also causing the markets to dip down. So when you have all these things hitting at once, you can't you expect for things to go down, or you see that the market's going down and it's like, all right, well, that makes sense. But I always say that during these times of uncertainty or these times of blood in the streets, you always have companies or even countries that are buying the dip. So jumping to my favorite person, apparently in the crypto space, Nayib Bukele, who is the president of El Salvador, he tweeted last week saying, "I think I might have missed the dip this time," with a sad emoji. And then he tweeted yesterday saying, "Nope, I was wrong. I didn't miss it. El Salvador just bought 410 Bitcoin for only $15 million. Some guys are selling really cheap." And then he has like a little emoji with the shrug. So basically, we see here that the country of El Salvador just bought 410 Bitcoin. So they just put $15 million into the cryptocurrency space. And you can't tell looking at the prices because everything's dipping so hard. So even though prices are tanking and it looks like there's not a lot of life in the market, you still have people putting millions and millions of dollars into the space. But you're not going to get that from just looking at the price of Bitcoin. I do think that sometime later, probably next week, we'll get news that MicroStrategy bought more Bitcoin because they buy a ton of Bitcoin as well. And then also, to jumping back to this, for those not looking at the screen, it has Nayib Bukele holding up some fake fiat money or some fake cash dollars, and it says, "Shut up and take my fiat." So I think that's pretty funny as well. This guy is like one of my favorite people in the crypto space. But yeah, so like I was saying, crypto is maybe tanking now, but people are taking advantage, and even countries are taking advantage. Next article here, I just wanted to bring out what this crypto analyst was saying about the market and his outlook on things. So just to highlight, he says, "I don't think the entirety of 2022 is going to be bearish. I think Q1 is going to be a red quarter, and maybe Q2 is going to be a red quarter. But I think that as we get later into the year, we'll see things turn back around." So this was from a well-known crypto analyst, and we shall see if this actually happens or how long we'll be in the red for. I think that no one really knows how long Bitcoin is going to continue to dip down. Bitcoin kind of just does what it wants. But while we're here, we'll take advantage and buy the dip. Jumping to the next news article, it says, "Despite the price crash, Bitcoin hash rate and mining difficulty is at an all-time high." Now, for those that don't know, Bitcoin's hash rate is basically the computational power that's required for Bitcoin to run. So as you know, there's different miners that mine Bitcoin, and that's what's basically known as the hash rate. So the more miners you have mining Bitcoin, the higher the hash rate. And it says Bitcoin's mining difficulty went through another positive readjustment, leading to a new all-time high. Similarly to the hash rate, Bitcoin's price, though, keeps dumping. So it's funny, you have Bitcoin's price dumping down, but yet you have more people mining Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin's hash rate at an all-time high. Now, typically, the price of Bitcoin tends to follow the hash rate. So when the hash rate is high, usually Bitcoin's price is high as well, or it's doing well. But right now, we see the opposite of that, which is pretty interesting. The article says, while Bitcoin's price went through another steep correction in the past 24 hours, the network's robustness only increases. the Bitcoin hash rate recently tapped a new all-time high, while the mining difficulty went through a 9% positive adjustment, leading to a peak of its own. Hash rate and mining difficulty see all-time highs. Ever since the summer of 2021, when the Chinese authorities ousted Bitcoin miners and the hash rate dumped by 60% in weeks, the metric has been gradually recovering the lost ground. So for those that don't know, China loves to ban Bitcoin. Like, I mean, they love to ban Bitcoin. They've probably banned it like 12 times, probably more. But it seems that every year they ban Bitcoin in their over there. And last year, they not only banned Bitcoin, but they banned the mining of Bitcoin as well. So last year, we saw a steep drop in Bitcoin's hash rate because miners had to turn off their rigs and their machines mining Bitcoin, and they had to move out of China to different locations and things of that nature to set up and begin mining again. So there was a huge drop in Bitcoin's hash rate last year, and then following Bitcoin's drop in hash rate, the price dipped down as well. But now we see that these miners that had to migrate out of China into different places, and I was reading something that a lot of people actually migrated to the U.S. So I think that that could be seen as a great thing. Once these miners got situated and started turning on their mining rigs and started mining Bitcoin again, the hash rate jumped back up. And so now we're reaching levels previously, actually surpassing previous levels and reaching new all-time highs. So just scrolling down here. It says the increasing hash rate means that there are more miners putting their computational devices to work on the world's largest blockchain. While this sounds good on paper, it would have actually been able to harm miners' profits, as it would have eventually made it extremely hard for them to earn rewards. However, Satoshi Nakamoto predicted a similar possible scenario when setting up the network and incorporated a feature called mining difficulty adjustment. Essentially, it makes it harder or easier for miners to do their job depending on how many of them are currently online. It readjusts every 2016 blocks, roughly 2 weeks. So for those that don't know, this is getting more into the technicals of Bitcoin. Blocks are produced on Bitcoin's blockchain every 10 minutes. And the reward for mining these blocks is 6.25 Bitcoin. That's how much Bitcoin is given to miners as a reward for mining Bitcoin. Now, the more miners you have mining Bitcoin, that affects the complications or the complexity of the equations that these miners or these computers have to solve. So in order for Bitcoin mining to take place, you have miners solving complex problems, and then their reward is Bitcoin. And right now, 6.25 is the amount of Bitcoin that's released to these miners as they mine these blocks of Bitcoin every 10 minutes. And so when it says at the top of the screen here, mining difficulty at an all-time high, so basically that just means that the harder it is for these miners to mine the Bitcoin, or it's saying that it's harder for the miners to mine Bitcoin. And so when Bitcoin mining is at an all-time high, that's seen as a good thing. But when you have the hash rate dipping down, Bitcoin mining isn't as difficult because there aren't as many miners on the network mining. So we see here that not only is Bitcoin mining at an all-time high, but the difficulty to mine these blocks of Bitcoin is at an all-time high as well. So that's seen as a good thing. It says here, positive adjustments mean that the number of miners has increased and vice versa. For example, after the Chinese ban, the network experienced severe delays as there were fewer miners, and it had to negatively readjust itself several consecutive times. So that's it for this article here. We see that Bitcoin's technicals they couldn't be stronger right now with everything being at an all-time high, but it's just funny that the price just doesn't reflect that. But I do think eventually we will see the price of Bitcoin as well as Bitcoin's hash rate realign, and eventually we'll see new all-time highs, but it's just a question of when. Jumping to the next news article here. It says El Salvador plans to give small businesses low interest Bitcoin-backed loans. I feel like I often have El Salvador on my channel, but it's because I think that they're a pioneer in the cryptocurrency space. As you know, they were the first country to adopt Bitcoin, and just the different things that they're doing. I think we'll see other countries and states do them in the future. So it says here that they are planning to give their small businesses low interest loans, which are backed by Bitcoin. It says Nayib Bukele, dubbed the CEO of El Salvador, is pushing the envelope by implementing Bitcoin as a legal tender in the real world. The Salvadorian government is attempting to develop a Bitcoin backed credit product for micro and small companies around the world. As a result, small and micro businesses will be able to qualify for low interest loans secured by Bitcoin in the future. The Bitcoin small loans will provide access to digital money for the unbanked while helping them create a credit history. El Salvador's economy will strengthen by empowering its small businesses. So I think this is bullish and exciting for the space and definitely for small businesses over there in El Salvador. So they're just doing more. They're taking more steps to make their economy strong and to just utilize the advantages that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies bring. So this is exciting. I think that this will be just another thing that other countries adopt as well once they eventually implement Bitcoin as their legal tender. So good for El Salvador for just continuing to push the envelope in innovation. Scrolling down here to see if there's anything else to bring out in this article. The article also talks about the crypto wallet that El Salvador has created and implemented in their country, and it says in less than 4 months since its inception, it has amassed more over 660% of the country's total population. 4 million people out of a population of 6.5 million, including persons under the age of 18 who are eligible to use the wallet, are already using it. And then Naive tweeted 4 million users. The total population is 6.5 million. And we have receipts. So basically, it's just saying that El Salvador's crypto wallet, which is Chivo, has onboarded 4 million users, and the total's population is 6.5 million. So more than half of their users are now using the Chivo wallet to accept Bitcoin and pay for things in Bitcoin. So I think that's super dope and good for them. The last news article here is regarding Robinhood. Now, those that know me personally, they know that I'm not really a fan of Robinhood, but I did want to include this story because I guess Robinhood, they're now taking the right steps in the cryptocurrency space. So it says, new crypto wallet launched by Robinhood for 1,000 users to test. It says, the large trading platform Robinhood just started testing a beta version of its long-awaited crypto wallet, allowing 1,000 selected users to send and receive assets from external wallets. The connection to the blockchain marks a milestone for the company. Robinhood stock has been free falling, and the cryptocurrency market make up a large part of the company's revenue. The wallet's success is a very important step for the growth since it might bring in many new users. So of course, Robinhood stock has been falling recently. I think more people have started to realize that when you use Robinhood's app, especially specifically for cryptocurrency, you're not actually buying that cryptocurrency. And I say that because you don't have access to it, you don't control it, you can't move it. So if you were to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum on Robinhood's app, I'm just assuming that it would have those two currencies because they're the biggest cryptocurrencies in the space. So assuming you buy Bitcoin or crypto or Ethereum on their app, you should be able to move it. Let's say you wanted to participate in something in the cryptocurrency space and you needed to send your Bitcoin there. When you buy on Robinhood, you're not actually able to move your assets off of it or do anything with it. So it begs the question, like, does Robinhood even own these assets that they're allowing you to buy into? And if they don't, it's essentially you just like just playing with numbers on a screen. Like you're buying Bitcoin at this price, maybe hoping it'll go up or down, and that, but you can't really do anything else with it. So if you wanted to move it, you couldn't do it. With DeFi, you're able to stake your Bitcoin on certain platforms and actually earn interest. So you wouldn't be able to move your Bitcoin off of Robinhood's app to earn those rewards from staking. So a lot of people have shied away from using Robinhood's platform because they've learned or have heard that you can't really control your assets on there. And so I'm not surprised that their company stock has been falling. But it does seem now that Robinhood's taking a step in the right direction, and they're coming out with a wallet that will allow people to move the assets that they purchase on Robinhood's platform. You'll be able to move it off and basically self-custody it yourself, which is one of the things I think crypto is all about. So I do hope that this goes well for Robinhood. They only started this with 1,000 users. I don't know if it's to really test the wallet or because they may not have all of the assets that people have bought on Robinhood. I'll try not to bash them too much, but again, I'm just not a fan of them when it comes to cryptocurrency specifically. If people invest or trade stocks on there, that's a different story. But crypto wise, I'm definitely not a fan of the platform. But yeah, again, this is a step in the right direction, and I do wish them the best. I hope for anyone that may hold assets on Robinhood, I hope that you're able to access it, self custody it, move it, whatever you want to do with it. I hope that eventually Robinhood will allow this for everyone. So good for them. And that just about wraps it up for this video. I do hope that I said something that brought some value to your life. If I did, please leave a like or a comment or subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching.